What is up, guys? Passport Graffiti back again with another video. And this week's topic I felt was very necessary to talk about, given lately the amount of mentionings about kidnappings and Medellin in the same sentence. Now, kidnappings is nothing new here. It's been something that's been going on for a while in Colombia, and definitely Medellin, Colombia. But it is just starting to make its way more into mainstream media. Now, my first overall tip for you guys would be, if you want to stay safe, is when you come to Medellin, Colombia, is just do not deal with any women. Women tend to be the common denominator almost 100% of the times when it involves kidnappings or druggings, or almost any crimes dealing with foreigners. Now, I know that this is not going to be the case for most of the people or most of the guys that come here, or if you're already here. So I do want to give you some tips or general rules to follow that will help keep you safe. Now, overall, number one is going to be, do not get into any vehicles ordered by someone you don't know. This would be definitely women. If they order Uber for you, if they want to get in a taxi, definitely if you're not fluent in Spanish, don't get in any taxis, because if they are ordering or changing an address, you won't know. Also with Uber, you have everything is being recorded, where you came from, where you're going to, who drove. You at least have somewhat of a track record, so definitely just stay with Uber. Second tip, or second part of this tip, would be, do not go to any girl's house or random place that they may invite you to. Always try to keep it public, or if anything, invite them back to your place where you can control the environment. Also, where hopefully your security at your Airbnb or your hotel will be taking down their IDs in the event something does happen, versus you just going to some random place. I heard this, and this definitely is something that stays on my mind. If a girl knows that you can just leave and they wouldn't be able to find you, they know the same is true for them. So they know that they can just leave and that you won't be able to find them, if they decide to just disappear. So always try to keep things at your place, or at least public. Now, this next one may seem odd or random, but I'm going to say physical fitness. Now, there's been two events that I've heard recently where foreigners were basically attempted to get kidnapped but got away. And the reason why I say physical fitness is because, one, as men, we should always be in the gym, but two, you want to have your cardio up. Now, I believe with the US military, there's a requirement that you have to be able to run 1.5 miles in a certain period of time. This should just be a normal standard for us as well, is that you have your cardio up, that you're not going to get gas walking up hills. In the event that you do need to run from a captor or run, you're not going to just run out of breath quickly and get tired. Or in the event that you do have to wrestle or fight someone, you're not going to be gassed and out of breath, and you can actually hold your own. Now, if you've ever been in a fight and been tired, there's not much you really can do. And if you haven't been in a fight, just think of a boxing match, or watch any boxing match where one boxer got tired and ran out of breath too quickly and the other one did not. It usually never ends well for the one who got tired first. So physical fitness would be definitely my next safety tip here, is to make sure that you can at least run 1.5 miles within a fairly quick period of time. Now, overall, I would say for the two stories that I've heard, these men usually went against rules that they knew they shouldn't, but chose to kind of ignore them or forget about them. And the one guy who recently here I saw on YouTube that almost got kidnapped, he met a girl on Provenza. I believe it was at night. He cold approached her, which, one, guys, that's not normal here. Most women meet guys through friends, through social circle. I would say definitely get very familiar with social circle game if you do plan on coming out here. Not saying cold approach can't work, like if you meet them at a mall or something, but this just happened to be a cold approach instance where maybe this girl thought, hey, here's a potential opportunity. So basically he cold approached this girl. They agreed to meet the next day. They met the next day. She brought a French bulldog or a dog with her, and the guy basically kind of dropped his guard because she, one, looked innocent, and two, she brought a cute dog with her. Now what ended up happening next is he went against rules that I think you should always follow. One of these rules are as well, you should not always be carrying a lot of valuable things on you. There's the no Dara Papaya rule, and basically this just means don't be a target. So this guy, the girl basically said, hey, I need to drop my dog off. Can you come with me? He said, sure. This is already rule number one, or at least, if you are going to follow someone somewhere, don't just go inside some random building when you don't know who's inside of it. Now, I know this is very hard when you're in the moment. Maybe the girl might say, hey, just come in, you have nothing to worry about or whatever, but these are always the times when, or it's that one time where you decide to, oh, whatever, I'll just do it, and shit happens. So the guy followed her to this house. He said it looked like it might have been an Airbnb. He goes in, he puts his bag down. She asks him to close the door behind him. She goes into a different room, and right after that, two guys run down the stairs with guns. Now, he ended up getting away because he ended up fighting, and he got shot a couple of times, but he ultimately was able to get away because he did fight back. So, this goes into an instance of you breaking rules that you shouldn't. Also, I forgot to mention in this story as well that he wanted to order Uber. She said, no, why don't we just take a taxi? And I guess in the taxi, when she was trying to give the taxi driver, the directions, she seemed unsure of where exactly they were going as well. So a couple of things here where it doesn't seem like things are adding up. It's time for you to get out of there. He didn't, and luckily it didn't end with him losing his life, but these are the main things that I would say are key things to follow when you're here. So one, do not get into random cars with women you don't know or have not known for a very long, extensive period of time. Two, always order Uber. Three, make sure you keep your physical fitness up. Now, Medellin, Colombia is a beautiful place to visit. I do love living here, and there are many of good, honest women here. Unfortunately, now that the people and the organizations that are behind the drugging, the robbings, the kidnappings, they're reverting back to older tactics because the foreigners are starting to find out the methods that a lot of these women are using to drug them and rob them. So, since that's not working anymore, there's only one other thing to kind of revert back to, and that's kidnapping. So definitely when you come out here, be safe, be cautious, keep your head on a swivel. Do not trust everyone 100%. Always question things. And with that said, I want to say that also you do want to keep in mind that a lot of the women or organizations, if shall we say, that are behind this, they also are starting to play the long game. And this is something that I really want to get out to my subscribers or whoever's watching this video, is that you do take things slow, but know that they also will play the long game. There was a story of a guy who 4 months later ended up getting drugged and robbed, and so always try to follow these rules. Try to, like I said, always stay with your head on a swivel, and with that you should be safe. So I appreciate you guys watching. As always, please like this video, subscribe, share it with whoever you may feel needs this information, and until the next one, thanks.